show up and to be there for themselves. They can, as I say all the time, you can walk and chew gum at the same time. And how inspiring are you to be a part of this community? And so I just feel so called to say, speak up. If there's something you want to do, or if there's something that you want to see, and there's a change you want to see, speak up. Speak up, speak up, speak up. You are so important. And whatever it is you are meant to do, it is really, really pertinent that you believe in yourself enough to do it, that you speak out loud and, put your shoulders back and your heart forward and just be you. Love you too. You are truly so, so, so amazing. And I'm so happy to be in this space. So, tell me, how are you? How have you been? What's been going on? I'm reading the comments, y'all. I'm gonna send y'all some hearts back too. Love you too. You feel like you've been unproductive. You're doing nice. I love that. I'm having a wonderful, wonderful night. Do you stand Nikki? I love me some Nikki. Let's see. What else is going on? Thank you so much for your great work. I appreciate you being a part of this community. It is you all that really inspire me to continue to post as much as I do. Wow. It made your day. I'm a barb. I feel you. I'm going on a slight Nikki tangent. People can feel however they want to feel about Nikki, but the amount of work and the foundation she laid for other artists after, people can't take that away. Let's see. I know I just went on a whole tangent. Let's see. Thank you for speaking about the riots. Correct. I talk about it all the time. Systemic justice or injustice is something that we need to speak on as a collective, and that we heal together. What's your zodiac sign? I'm jumping through these comments, y'all. I am a Gemini sun, a Scorpio rising, and a Libra moon. Are you a Democrat or are you Republican? That's actually really interesting, because I actually, I lean Democrat, but it is more of like politics. I have my master's in public policy, okay? And politics is something that's very interesting, and a lot of times we have this very strange thing going on in the US where it's like this two-party system is in control of everything. So while there are great people out there trying to do the work of a civil servant, there's also, what we know as politics and all of that moving and shaking, and that's annoying to me. But anything that is about inclusivity, speaking up for anything that is needs to change, anything that is limiting, especially marginalized identity, that's what I'm for. Okay. Let me see what else is going on. What else? Let's see. Who asked me, do I support Trump? Obviously not. We love you. Stay safe. Aww. How do you discover your zodiac, moon or sun? You can Google online natal charts. Do you like Virgos? That's so cute. You can download. You can Google online natal charts. Put in your information. It'll tell you all the planetary alignments that are in your chart. For example, your sun is really who you are, but your rising sign is how you come off to people. Your moon is how you deal with people. Your Mercury is how you communicate with people. Your Mars is how you go after the things that you want. Your Venus is the things that you like. Your Jupiter is how you expand, how you grow. Your Saturn is where your discipline is. Your Uranus is kind of that revolutionary within you, the shock and awe. Your Neptune is that boundarylessness specific route you're interested in learning more about. You have I have a Saturn in Aries, aka the worst placement. Let's see. Saturn is restriction. So there's a lot of restriction with the self, things that have to do for the self. Oh, you love Queen of Boy. Yes, I love that. Okay, let me see. I love that. Let me continue reading. is toxic loyalty. A person might have their soul tied, and as the soul incarnates into the body, they may agree or they may say, like, I'm okay with having this. But if you have to break that soul tie, it means that you want to vibrate at a different frequency. You want to vibrate at a higher level. So in order to break that soul tie, you have to change your everyday practical habits. You need to change the people you're around. You need to change the things that you're doing. You have to be very practical. It's so funny how spiritual and mystical stuff can really like be very practical and everyday stuff too. Just changing those habits. So if you want to break those soul ties, that's something that you have to do. Okay, let's see. Y'all want me to do these signs? Okay, how about this? I'll do the signs, and then I feel like if my phone dies, it dies. Virgo. Virgos are analytical. They are the masterminds. They are strategic planners. What they like to do is they like to analyze the data. Their sibling sign is Gemini. Gemini and Virgos are both ruled by Mercury. Geminis are important because they connect the dots. They can take 2 points from the middle of nowhere and connect it and make it seem like, oh my gosh. Whereas Virgos want to collect as much information and analyze it in order to typically solve a problem. Let's do Aries. Aries are really, really passionate. If you have an Aries fighting for you for something, it's gonna work out in your favor. Already did Taurus, Gemini, Cancer, Leo. Leos are very generous in nature when they are balanced. Leos also like a lot of energy on themselves, and they also like to give it an energy to others too. And so they need to be leaders. They need to be the center of attention, but they're also very, very generous when they're balanced. Libra, Scorpio. Scorpios are our sign that looks the deepest. They are, they can look at the transition of the soul going into leaving the body and going into the next experience and see the beauty of that. And there's something deeply healing about a Scorpio's ability to do something like that. But they also can carry that energy around in the actual physical world. So they might be surrounded by death or surrounded by people who are depressed because people know that they have this natural nurturing ability to help them through that. So I would say to the Scorpios out there, just make sure you're balanced. Make sure that you feel like you are protecting yourself too. Scorpio, Sagittarius already did. Capricorn. Oh, I love me some Capricorns. You are the sign of the father. The Cancer is the sign of the mother. There is in Capricorn and Aquarius are both ruled by Saturn. Those are their traditional rulers, and the modern day ruler of Aquarius as well as there's things that I brought into it, like Orisha work and things like that. So it really just depends on what is important to you. And what I'm saying is, let me see, because I think there's like certain words, people are like, what are you saying? I mentioned Oshun, Yemonja, Mawu, Orisha work. Um, I mentioned the Taras, Taras, so specifically white and green Tara, archangels, spirit guides, spirit animals, lineage. Let me see, I think those are the only ones. Katumi, Master Katumi is one that people are like, what the fuck is she saying? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Ancestors, yep, ancestors work because I went through a healing practice. I had a client and I didn't mention the ancestors, just slipped my mind, and they came out full force in the actual healing. And so I had to like basically circle back and say thank you, thank you, thank you. And your ancestors are really interesting because they're much closer to you and much more relatable than the energetic guides, the archangels. The archangels, or the higher that the energetic helpers are, the way that they communicate with us is they see that everything is purposeful and it happens for a reason. Whereas the ancestors can understand how if you lost your job, that feels really, really bad. And they can be there for you. And a lot of times they're people that, like a grandparent or something like that. Okay, let me see what else. Tips for getting into spirituality. Follow your path. Whatever that path is, just follow it and explore and do more research. For me personally, I've started out in astrology. I had a lot of exposure to metaphysical and mystical things, both through my grandmother and through my education in college. So just continue to explore. And for me, continued education is so important. I always learn. And I tell all my Reiki practitioners that teach under me that I selfishly am trying to make them really good so that when they go and they do other stuff, they can turn around and come teach me something. Okay. I know everybody thinks I'm saying all the Taurus. I like Taurus. Let's see. Any book suggestion? I like The Alchemist. That's a really good one. I think that's a really good low-key metaphysical spiritual kind of book. How would you describe a Scorpio sun, Leo moon, and Scorpio rising? So whenever things are, the two signs are the sun and rising, it means how you come off to people and who you are. It's going to be the same way, Scorpio.